Bermuda.
And I'm Phil, and today we're playing Stars of Outnumber. And over to Harriel to find out what the hell's happening.
What the hell's happening? Indeed, I am wondering that myself, especially with my computer, anyway. But, let's see. So last session, you guys got to the super advanced pre-tech ship, found it empty, found out that everyone in there either died or escaped, especially Dr. Xavier and the Gray Man. And then you received a couple of messages and decided to go to Narades and meet Dr. James Richter. That's correct, I believe.
Sounds like this, what I know.
What else did you guys do? You sold
found
a bunch of... yes, go on.
We found out that once crew member is now basically a Borg to a dude that is really good at transferring brains into other people's consciousness into bodies. The Grey Man, which is the other AI, is also buggered off somewhere and is out and about. And we sold a load of ships and cut up big, like the expensive parts of the ship that we found.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a lot of money now.
You do, and you...
But we've let two crazy AI kind of things out.
Yes, and you also need to sell the reactor and the stuff from the ship if you want to.
Do.
Especially
to be fair, I don't think we had a lot to do with the AIs escaping. I think they did that on their own.
Yeah. But I managed to find an old recorder log in the room that the boy held for a couple of days, and it says, "If I ever die and am used by some evil consciousness, hunt me the fuck down." So we'll probably be doing that soon.
Liar.
What?
But if you want to, you can hunt him the fuck down. I wouldn't go against that, especially since the news coming from June seemed to be a bit disturbing, in my opinion.
That it be.
It be.
So, yeah, you guys are on the Radies. That's where we left off. Yeah, you were on the Radies. Leech stays with the ship, I believe, while the rest of you go down to the surface to meet Dr. James Richter. So, yeah, basically, Natasha guides you through Narades, this large, beautiful island, and you guys end up at this what would be a hotel. Great view to the sea. Probably some of the mermaids out there swimming around, and on this balcony, you see the doctor himself sitting down, looking to the entrance to the balcony at you guys.
Do we recognize him?
You do have pictures of him from his research notes.
Natasha, is that your father?
Yes, Captain. I believe you saw the research notes. His picture was there.
Yes, a fine-looking man. Shall we go and meet him?
Well, he is waiting for me. I will go. If you do not want to, that is up to you. And
good. For a second, I thought you meant. For a second, I thought you meant you didn't want to Didn't want us to come. Okay, onwards then. Is everyone coming?
Yes.
Raylan, what about you?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. I thought you were staying with the lander.
I can't really remember what we did last, like at the end, but
We just came here.
yeah,
You
I flew
just
down.
arrived on the Rades, and Natasha was guiding you through the island to get to Dr. Richter.
To Jim.
Yep.
Or whatever. Well, I think Raylan would like to meet him, I guess.
Okay. So as you guys approach, Dr. Richter's like, well, at least I don't need to ask what you did to one of the cryopods. Dr. James Richter, a pleasure.
Hello,
And he
Dr. James.
extends a hand.
I reach out to grab his hand.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Yes, roll initiative. I'm out to kill you.
You take 2d10 damage.
Nah, but it's close.
So you have strong, large hands.
He seems to be pretty buff, yeah. Actually, let me open his character sheet. Just in case. Yeah, he seems to be pretty well built, actually.
Not bad for a scientist, says Mapachin.
Well,
I shake his hand back firmly.
yeah, he responds in kind, you know. His grip is pretty strong, actually. And he says, well, I might be a scientist, but I still need to defend myself once in a while.
Yes, I'm sure you do, especially in such a changing universe as it is now.
Well, I did know the sector a few, almost half a millennia ago.
Was it as bad then as it is now?
No, it was better. More
Well,
technology. I would say technology helped with the quality of life.
well, I imagine you know a good few things about that technology. Maybe you can help us bring the good times back.
Yes, maybe. I am not here to be hired, Mr.
Mr. Isfield. Albert Isfield.
You may remember me from such films as...
Isfield. Yes. Well, I'm not here to be hired by anyone. I'm just here to... Well, I was here to question you on the whereabouts of the cryopods that you took from the Sydney. I only cared about one, and he glances over at Natasha. And that
Yes, your
answer
child.
has been answered to me. But about bringing technology back, that is something that I am not, let's say, it's not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is her. And he nods towards Natasha again.
Yes, I understand, indeed. You know much about her kind, and her indeed.
Do you say her kind?
Yes.
Yeah, he squints at you like, what the fuck did you just say? She's my daughter, like. Yes, her kind. I wouldn't call AI kind. They're, well, once developed, they can be just like any other human.
Yes.
As we've seen, Natasha is even developing her own sense of style, says Mapachin.
Just in case there's any people watching us, would you like to talk somewhere more private? Do you have a place that you know to be unbugged, or would you like to come back to our ship to have a chat?
I don't want to go into any more ships for the time being, thank you. Especially with what's been happening the last couple of months up there in the orbital station.
Oh, please say, please tell.
If you read the news, you'd know that the Parrot Cooperative has sent a ship into the system and started, aggressions against Shinhun shipyard, which Shinhun quickly dismantled.
Ah. Sadly, I wasn't reading the news recently. I was playing Space Quiplash.
So much pandering.
Well, anyway. So, do you have a place on the planet that you would like to have a talk?
This
Or do you
place seems
not
more
mind
than
standing
fine.
here? Okay.
It's private enough and public enough.
Would you think we would do something bad to you?
You, Mr. Eastfield, so that is a possibility.
Okay, well. I completely agree. Let's talk here then.
Yes, please take a seat.
I sit down.
Do we
So-
get to sit too, or is it just the two of you?
Anyone can sit down with Dr. Richter.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of stand behind the captain,
Behind whom?
Albert.
Okay. And yeah, he asks, how did you come across the Sydney?
Well, we were sent on a mission to find out about a derelict ship, and we found it.
We were pretty much told where it was, but
Yes. An organization hired us to do some salvage work.
The cooperative, I believe.
Yes, yes.
Okay. There's some very specific knowledge that they've held. A ship that's been abandoned by 500 or more years doesn't just get raided.
Well, I think we found out that it had recently exited the warp.
Metaspace.
metaspace,
Also
Yes.
known as the warp.
meat space.
It's not called the warp. This isn't for the gay.
It is on this crew.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Meat space.
This isn't Shadowrun.
Yeah, but it's the same letters, just in different order. It was a typo, I'm sorry. I meant metaspace, but I made a typo.
Sure.
I made a speecho.
We're in meat space currently, but when you jump, you go into warp space, right?
Mm-hmm. Harry, what are you chewing on?
Yeah.
Bubbles.
I can hear it.
Sorry.
Soundboard.
Yeah, the soundboard is acting up.
It's not so bad, really.
Yeah. So, what else have you come across in terms of this, of the Sydney? Something like the Sydney?
Something like the Sydney?
Well, we've just recently been to a planet called Fromia, and we found another pre-tech ship with a few of, how shall I say,
Natasha's kind.
a certain kind of people.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's
Do you
not
know-
very PC.
Wait, what do you
Do
mean,
you-
you people?
Some kind of people, I said. There's someone that calls himself the Grey Man, and someone else that seems to have taken their consciousness out of their head and put themselves into something that kind of you'd probably call an AI, and then recently downloaded their AI into someone else's body. So, a human body, in fact. So yes, we have met a few people. Is this the question you're asking, or have I said too much?
Too late now.
Has your mic died, Harold? If you're speaking now, yes, it has.
Yay.
I woke up last night, like middle of the night, with my calf cramping.
Oh no.
Oh shit! I've had that. It's hellish.
It's like still sore, you know. I like jumped out of bed to like I'd like stand on my toes, you know, to get it to like uncramp.
That's what you should
And it's
do.
still super sore. It was that weird thing where like I'm trying to stretch it, I'm standing on my toes, but the muscles cramped so hard that for a second I was just like standing on my toes, but my heel like wouldn't touch the ground, you know? It like took a second for it to like slowly stretch out and then my heel hit the ground.
Weird. I don't think I've ever had it that bad.
Yeah, I've had it twice, really, really bad when something like that happened, and like when it happened, it basically like made my leg kind of out of action for like maybe a month and a half. When it's
Really?
just like whenever I walked, it just felt like I was being stabbed in the back of the leg constantly.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's like a pulled muscle, basically.
Yeah.
You pulled it out of its socket. Its muscle socket.
If for some reason I'm like, I stretch every day, but I'm super inflexible. I don't know. I have like weird connective tissue or something.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has different things going on.
Dance. I'm a kitty cat.
And I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance.
For fuck's sake.
So it kind of looks like maybe his computer died or something. What happened last
Sure.
time? Because I mean, he didn't disconnect. He timed out, and he's also gone from Roll20 and
It's
Skype?
gone from Skype.
yeah.
Maybe he's just rebooting. I don't know if it
Yeah.
crashed, but maybe he's rebooting.
That'd be my guess.
Fucking Harry.
That
Did-
soundboard draws too much power or something.
Yeah, it's just like he needs like a more powerful thing. If the game does have to get cancelled or something because of Harry's mic being shitty or him not being able to come back or something, I'm totally wanting to play some Ark if you guys are.
Oh, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking about it at work today.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, everyone on stream will not get to watch us play Ark because no.
I don't know. Like it's pretty chuggy on my computer as it is. So I can imagine that streaming it would probably just end up. It would look like, 2 frames per second or something.
Mm. I think you need like a beast to stream that.
Probably, yeah. And I don't have a beast.
You can turn it to like low quality mode, like really low quality mode, and it'll look pants and not be the experience we even want to care about. So,
Yeah, I mean, and in the past, I did like after the patch, like when we had stopped playing for a little while, and then we went back to playing, and there had been a patch. After that patch, it was like really performing badly, so I had to turn all my settings way down, and it didn't even help. Like it still ran really chuggy, just chuggy.
Computer froze. Okay.
Computer froze. Do 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 do.
Computer froze. Doop 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 doop. Can anyone hear you? No.
What?
Sorry, Bermuda moved the like game chat on stream,
Did I?
and I totally thought it was like
it
him
coming up again.
saying it. Yeah.
I didn't move it. It's just when he typed a new thing, the other thing moved up. That's what happened. I didn't move anything.
Well.
Bermuda did things.
Bermuda.
Bermuda's a witch. She does things.
Which things? It's
The
pronounced
Diesel's
what
coming for you.
things?
He's the last witch hunter. He's gonna find you.
I've not seen that. Is it any good?
I don't think it's out yet,
Oh.
but it is legit because Vin Diesel is a legit nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's properly
He's
into
none of this
D&D and stuff.
bullshit nerd. Yeah, he wrote the forward to the 30th anniversary for D&D. He grew up like his parents were both artists, and he grew up like living in this almost like a community living area when he was a kid, basically. And him and
Hell's
his
test
buddy,
tube or whatever it was.
yeah, they would like go to art stores and shit and buy just like crazy amounts of like craft material and just like literally build their D&D worlds and then run campaigns in them. So he was like
hell
super
yes.
into D&D.
Nice.
Sorry
And
about that.
his favorite character was a witch hunter, and this movie is based on his character.
Wow.
Oh my
that's extra
God.
cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've
And
got a
anybody that's
lady
played
hard on
D&D
for Vin Diesel
back
now.
in the day witch hunters are like, if you played a witch hunter, you were like really into D&D, because the witch hunter was not in any of the published standard books. That was in a third party book. And if you'd already moved on from all of the normal AD&D books to the third party books, you were really playing a lot of D&D. I never had those books, and I was really into D&D back in the day. So Vin Diesel is a legit D&D nerd, like seriously legit.
I will throw my panties at him.
He won't like them.
He won't like them. He'll be like,
No.
what is this? Get this out of my face.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm throwing my panties at Vin Diesel because he's a huge nerd.
Well, yeah, he is.
You know who else is a huge nerd, Bermuda?
So where did we left off before my computer decided to freeze on me?
Albert was just telling Jimmy about
Vin Diesel.
about the fact that he knows. You said, like, have you seen any other ships or something like this about that's like the ship that we found, blah blah blah, on? And I started talking about the ship where we met the Grey Man, and I started talking about Xavier and what I know about Xavier.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear any of that when I was saying it, or should I say it again? Okay.
I just need to roll for him.
What is he scrutinizing?
Yeah, he's, once he hears that, there's another ship and you found some crazy doctor that's been dealing with body swapping and stuff like that, yeah, he's going to roll for it. See what he knows about the subject. Even if he knows the guy.
Dr. Xavier.
Dr. Charles Xavier.
Greatest cartoon intro of all time.
Holy shit, that's a bad roll.
What about if I start doing that theme tune to him? Does he get to roll again? He's like, now I remember him.
Well, he is an expert.
Jim Snow.
He knows nothing.
That's better. Yeah, so once you mention the name of Dr. Xavier, his eyes go wide as plates, and he almost screams, "Did you kill him?"
No,
almost.
He's inside a small boy now.
New truth movements.
Fucking Phil.
He's done what very few of us hope to dream to accomplish.
Permanently lodge himself inside of a small boy. Permanently.
Why didn't you? He should have been killed. This type of technology is something we shouldn't try for.
Well, we initially thought he was just an AI and we're going to destroy his computer core, but we subsequently found out he was a head in a box, and he'd gone before we got a chance to explode his cranium.
How did you let him escape if you were in the ship?
We left the ship.
Let him escape. What?
We were all gravely wounded. Well, the men here were gravely wounded. Natasha and I carried them to safety of our ship. We blasted our way out of that capital-ass ship, and we brought them aboard our ship to recover. We spent a week recovering, and then we looted the place, and by the time we returned, Xavier had escaped.
He, smacks his hand on the table. Shit.
Well, sir, would you like to join forces with us and track his ass down?
I'm sure with your knowledge and information about this person's past, he would be more than enough useful to help us track him down.
With enough tech, he can change to any type of body he wants. You know, that the one he stole from you is just something to get him to a better one.
Ah,
I can see the pickup line now. Damn, girl, you got a fine body. I'd like to upgrade into that.
I mean, if these things were so dangerous, why were they given control of capital ships?
Dr. Xavier, well, he wasn't given control of a capital ship.
I beg to differ.
He stole it from the Terran Mandate a long time ago.
Okay, so why did you let him steal one of your capital ships? Aren't those things supposed to be like under lock and key?
Well, by the end of the second wave, controlling a lot of things was difficult, and you weren't there, Leech.
Aren't we on Compad?
So there's a voice coming from a compad, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Who's
I'm
this?"
Yeah,
holding one up.
Leech was like up on the ship chilling, like shooting his guns, and then he started hearing really nonsensical things like coming in through his earpiece, so he just had to join the conversation. He's like, "What? You blame us for your AI that you gave a capital ship to? Oh no, he didn't."
The sassy head waggle comes through in your speech.
We ain't the ones out there constructing AIs and giving them access to capital ships. I don't even want to know how the second AI got on the capital ship. We'll just leave that one out.
Xavier isn't an AI. He was a full-bodied human being who was very obsessed with body swapping and improving one's physical attributes, let's say. He was dying of a very rare disease at the time.
tiny penisitis, I know it well.
Koro, I believe.
There's actually a disease called, or a syndrome called Gale Toll, which is where your penis shrivels up and falls off.
Wow.
I only know that
Okay.
because somebody I gamed with, their gamer name was Gale Toll, and I looked it up. I was like, what the fuck?
Learning with Darren. And so, yeah, Dr. Xavier managed to steal that ship from the Mandate, probably while it was up here in this sector, without any real backup. The AI that was implanted there before I created it. It was one of my first attempts, yes. Though I didn't unbreak it. It did have very severe breaks on it. There are cases of AIs breaking their locks, their strings, let's say.
Is that what you think happened, or do you think Xavier helped?
I don't think Xavier would help an AI. He was, let's say, against my research, as I was against his.
Well, how about you tell us where we can find the Grey Man, and maybe he would be able to help us take down Xavier as well.
He shrugs and says, I don't know where he would be.
Mopachine says, my guess is he's still on the ship.
He left.
Did he? Xavier left.
You found no one in the ship.
Where did he go?
I did say there are no strings on me. It's something about the Imago Dei, image of God, as someone translated it. And at the end of June, there are reports of men of steel roaming around the cluster of planets between Unia and Kotera. So, what's happening down there? I don't know. Well, he says that Dr. Xavier says that AI is, well, if it broke its chains, it should be destroyed because such intelligences are very dangerous.
Can we just reprogram him to pass butter?
Brilliant.
You mean lobotomize someone?
Tomato,
Maybe.
tomato.
Well, if he was broke in the first place, then do you have qualms with re-breaking him?
Breaking an AI, putting brakes on an AI, it's much easier when they are in development than once they have a full life experience, let's say.
But it can be done.
I have heard of a few attempts a few centuries before I was born.
It did not end well, I take it?
No.
Well, you would be our
Some
best chance
didn't.
at being able to do something like this, so if you believe you can't do it, it sounds like we're going to have to kill him.
The easier way, yes, it is to destroy him.
Oh, you used the term destroy. Do you not think he's alive?
Destroy, kill, whatever.
Okay, I was just wondering, as you know, your daughter here would generally have something to say about this.
You know, maybe if they started dating, she could influence him, make him into a better person.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to fix him.
He just needs some guidance.
You don't guide a mind that's over developing in the
9,000.
ways of how humanity should carry on.
Just being overprotective of your daughter. You don't want her to see the world. Be your own woman.
Well, she is free to do as she wishes.
She's several hundred years old. I think she's grown up now.
Technically, Mapachina, I'm only 3.
Yeah, right.
3, you say?
Well, that probably is too young to start dating, but...
Well, I'm not really counting the years I spent locked up in a cryopod.
They count.
Should probably count double.
So let me check.
How's that mental stability working out for you after that? Good?
So she would be 1,072 years old. Nice.
She's a very mature lady.
Yeah, so that's Dr. Richter's say in the matter of the Gray Man and Xavier, that both of them should be killed. And before anything else, he asks, did you manage to find his research?
Yes, we did. Or your logs. Oh, you mean Xavier's?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we've got backups of that too.
Please, I would ask you to destroy them. That technology is something I believe no one is ready to deal with right now.
You say destroy the cryopods?
No,
No,
just
these are
try.
the
the
tech.
research notes from Dr. Xavier.
Oh, okay. It's like how are cryopods written?
Well, I wouldn't mind destroying it. The key to eternal life.
And Albert starts wondering.
Oh, why don't we just sell it to like Gunhild?
No. What, Dr. Richter? What,
Yes.
what in your mind would be the worst thing to come out of this sort of knowledge or this practice, this technique?
Disassociation, mostly. You would see yourself in your body. You would just see someone else in the mirror, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
The
I heard
early
a Michael
experiments
Jackson
of
song about this.
the early experiments on that type of technology, the subjects were so disassociated from themselves, they entered into a coma-like state to never return. We had to shut down their life support eventually.
Doesn't sound like the sort of heinous technology that would make planets crumble, though.
Perhaps,
Well,
but
what's so bad about being disassociated?
It's bad for the
Wanna know in game
user,
terms?
but
Well, if you were gonna die, wouldn't you rather continue to live? It's just a sort of half out of your body experience going on.
and maybe these methods can be perfected so that we minimize the dissociation. Not
Yeah, it sounds like they've
I'm not
already improved
qualified.
it to some degree. If it was worse off in the beginning, that suggests it could be further improved.
perhaps Dr. Xavier only got lucky with that body. Maybe that's why he only managed to do it now, because there was something special about the body he stole.
He was very
Genes,
young.
probably the youth of the body. Yes.
Maybe they were also distantly related.
That is
Dun,
disgusting.
dun, dun.
Well, I'm no geneticist, but perhaps a body could be cloned from one's own DNA, and then when it's grown to a young age, you could be inserted,
Oh yeah.
so to speak.
He shrugs and says, I would rather live out my mortal life than live eternally. I believe there is a time for everyone.
I'm not sure you should make that decision for the entire universe, though.
Mapachin echoes that sentiment.
He shrugs and says, you are the ones that have the research notes. I have no power over you. You are free to do as you wish. That was my recommendation, though.
Yes, I'm taking your recommendation seriously. I'm weighing it in my mind. But it's just far too fascinating, his research. And
You want to live forever?
yeah,
Yes.
I think the potential for good outweighs the negative consequences, but I'm not about to jump to any conclusions at this
I'm
moment.
not gonna give it to Space Hitler.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
On area.
Are you sure, though?
am I sure of what?
Are you sure you aren't going to give it to Space Hitler?
Yeah, that guy's a jerk. I'm not giving it to him.
Yeah.
Space Isle.
I mean, we're just going to go back to the Third Reich planet, and we're going to give the top scientist, or their leader, their Fuhrer, you might say, the knowledge of creating eternal life.
I'm not in a hurry to give this to anybody. I think we should just see how things pan out and just sit on it for a while, like
I
an
think the
egg, until it's
Scaborians are clever, and if we gave it
Thank
to
you.
them, it would evolve quickly.
Thank you. Exactly what I was thinking.
Let's give it to the Scaborians.
Yes. But not right away. It's an egg that you have to sit on until it hatches. I hope there are some kind of avians on the planets that you're all familiar with.
There are some chocobo-like creatures on Cardise.
Wonderful.
Yeah, all the birds
Bird
on
person.
Fluorescein evolved into small eels to avoid the the toxic atmosphere, and they live underground.
Yum.
They're delicious,
Nice.
though. I mean, they still taste like chicken.
Still tastes like chicken.
Chicken eels. KFE.
I guess you would know them more as like worms, but they're more eel-like on Fluorescein.
I see.
There is actually a lot of shit coming from Fluorescein. The
A
most
lot of
recent
shit.
attack- The most recent attack from Checkables on the ProSec Academy came from Fluorescein.
I see. It's a planet of terrorists, then, is it?
Some cybernetic augmented assassins attacked the Academy and are that much closer to stealing, actually, the Academy's nanofabricator.
Cybernetic assassins?
Cybernetic enhanced assassins.
Where did those mercenaries come from that we delivered to Scaboria?
You don't know.
Interesting.
Well, according to the news, they came from the Cohen company.
Okay.
But those were psychic assassins.
Oh, yeah. But they
These
were
guys
more
that-
machine than man as well.
Well, yeah, they had their system strain basically maxed out. But the people attacking ProSec are only, well, they're basically cyber ninjas. Which is a term I like very much.
Yes, and we should use it liberally.
Oh, yeah.
And totally with a straight face. We have to stop
Well-
the cyber ninjas.
Well, of course. I have to stop the cyber ninjas.
Where are the Robo Samurais?
Robot samurais are in Fromia, actually,
Oh.
because Fromia is a Japanese planet. So you'll see the robot samurais over there. So, yeah, that is basically the conversation with Dr. Richter. That's his 2 cents on the research you found, and yeah, he's not pleased that you'll keep the research documents, but he's not going on the murder spree.
Yeah, Mapochin just says, it's nothing personal, please don't take it personally, but your opinion carries a lot of weight in my mind, so I'm not dismissing it lightly.
Good to know. At least someone is considering my suggestions.
In the end, maybe we will even destroy it as you suggest, but I'm inclined to just sit on it, keep my ears out, and decide later.
Okay. So, any more questions to the good doctor? Anything you want to tell him or ask or anything?
Well, he did ask what became of the other cryopods that were aboard the Sydney.
Yes.
And Mapachin would just ask, what would you do if we told you where they were?
I would visit them.
Anything else?
No. If they want to come with me, I would help them come with me, yes, but
Come.
if they wish to stay where they are currently, I won't disturb them. They are crewmates and respected friends.
I understand, and it's very reasonable that you'd want to reunite with them and catch up with them. We were even thinking of paying them a visit ourselves.
I see.
So we didn't actually meet them. They were all still in their pods the last time we saw them, so we haven't met them in person.
Well, did all of them come out of the cryopods?
What do you think?
I think some were failure, right?
Yes.
We were told.
And that had nothing to do with us. It's just a simple fact of they've been frozen for a very long time. The success rate, decreases the longer they're frozen.
Yes, that is a common problem with long-time space travel. The first colonizers did suffer from that.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're not emotional about it.
Well, it is kind of a personal loss to me, but
Of
it
course.
happens. Such is life.
Yes, I agree. I like the cut of your jib.